Back here for part 2 of the story, and apparently Hootie didn't like the way the story wrapped up in our last segment.
Well, I said, I guess, and that's the end of the story, and I thought it was, and apparently it wasn't. Where we left the story, Jerry, or as he sometimes known, Hootie, and Warren had gone down to the lobby to see if they could do something about having just a single bed for the two of them in Omaha.
All right.
And I'll let you take it from here.
All right.
That sounds fair.
As Paul Harvey used to say, that is not the end of the story. We went down and asked for a room with 2 beds. They said they didn't have any rooms in the entire hotel with 2 beds. It was a new concept.
So that's the end of the story?
No, that's not the end of the story. And I told them, I said, well, if I'd have known that, I would have never booked a room here in the first place. I said, what can you do? Because I said, I like Warren Swain, but I don't like him that much. And,
a low blow.
So they got us a roll-away, pull-out cot for Warren to sleep in. And then
where did you sleep?
In the bed.
How did he only get the cot and you got the bed?
I don't know. He just said, it's your room, yeah, you can have the bed.
And
I volunteered to take the cot, but he said, no, I'll take the cot. So.
Is it not true that Warren had a cold at the time, and next thing you knew, Hootie had a cold?
No, Interesting.
I was sick before.
How would you get a cold if you were not in the, that's a cot and a bed seem pretty far apart.
Because if you'll recall, I wrote a column that said every time I pass through Minneapolis, I'm sick, and I've been sick for a couple of weeks.
Okay, well, the story has a happy ending because I was staying in Fremont, Nebraska, 40 miles away, saving money for my paper as opposed to like having all these beds on the Daily Progress bill. And Hootie came out to Fremont, and we drove up to South Dakota,
which was halfway underwater.
And I'll leave this with this tremendous piece of trivia. We went to South Sioux City, which is in Nebraska, and then crossed some river to Sioux City, which is in Iowa.
It was the Missouri River.
And then we ended up in North Sioux City.
So where's the trivia in all this?
This might be the only city in America that's in 3 states. So before we go on with our next show, perhaps you could do some research and find out if that's correct.
I like that. How about somebody tweets us the answer at either Doughty on air or at Cavalier Insider, the answer to Doughty's trivia question.
And we ate lunch at Jefferson, South Dakota, which was apropos.
So there are plenty of hints there for this question, correct?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Well, somebody will get back to us, and you will buy the winner a free steak dinner at the Aberdeen Barn Grill.